Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Week 9 NFL schedule previews, predictions. Um, I couldn't do Thursday because it's my cousin's birthday, but rest in peace to him. So we was kind of doing a funeral on his birthday. So rest in peace to you guys. Um, Today though, first game, as you can see by the schedule, Denver at Atlanta. My opinion, it's time for the Dirty Birds to win. They've been playing actually pretty good. They've just had some massive meltdowns this season, but I think they're a better team than the Broncos. Uh, I don't think the Broncos defense can keep up, and I don't think Drew Lock could press the issue. But I will say it's going to be a very interesting game nonetheless, because this is a great uh, game. You know I'm a Saints fan, right? Cortez, we ain't gonna go there today. Patriots too. Y'all see the schedule. I'm going in the way of the schedule though. But I expect, Julio to be Julio. I expect Ty Gurley to be, to get points on fantasy wise. He's due for another kind of big game. Because he's doing okay as far as yards per carry, touchdowns. He's in an exceptional thing. Julio is Julio. Matt Ryan's gonna put up points regardless. I think Noah Fant's probably gonna have a good game. Um, just depends on. I think Gordon and Philip Lindsay are gonna probably eat up that defense, and it could get Jerry Judy some space or whatever. And then their receiving core has been kind of nicked. So that's kind of their big issue. And I think Von Miller ain't back yet. I think he was supposed to be back by now, though. I guess, because of the records, they pushing that back. But ultimately, I'll take Atlanta at home over the Broncos. There's got to be some upsets in here. So what I'm going to start doing when I'm done with these, I'm a person that I might not have picked could possibly be an upset. I don't. Now, you know what? Drivers, I have a boxing podcast and I was clowning about that. I should do more gambling on my boxing than football because football people get hurt. Boxing, you know what's up though, but I don't do as much gambling that with football because like an injury changes the whole dynamic of the game. But when it comes to Seattle and Buffalo, I'm taking Seattle at Buffalo because for some odd reason, ever since Josh Allen got hurt, he hasn't been the same quarterback. But Seattle's defense is trash. Uh, Russell Wilson been doing his thing. DK Metcalf is going to get off. Tyler Lockett is going to get off. Greg Olsen is kind of a nice security blanket that they really don't use as much as they could. I guess because he's Asian or whatever. But Buffalo, their defense is still not what it should be by now. You know, um, I don't know what's going on with that defense. But as far as the running backs concerned, Singletary Moss situation. It's a good thing. You see Diggs is balling. They got Smoke back, which is John Brown. That helps immensely. But I just don't think Josh Allen he started off as an MVP candidate. Now he's just tapered off. I don't know what happened. Um, so I'll take the Seahawks over the Bills. Because both of them are cool with the weather. It doesn't bother either team. Chicago and Tennessee is an interesting game. I don't know how Chicago is winning. You know what I'm saying? Nick Foles is all right. David Montgomery is not is below average. The defense is good. It makes plays, but you try to figure out how these guys in the game. Allen Robinson is doing great. Jimmy Graham is actually a great red zone target. He's doing great as a tight end. But you just don't see how the Bears keep winning. In Tennessee, um, Derrick Henry is slow. Is not slowly getting into his stride, but he's getting into his stride. but the Bears got a good run defense, better than people give them credit for. So the question is that secondary, which I think, you know, Tennessee has a okay defense, but they got a better run stopping defense because the Bears don't got a good run game. So I would take Tennessee, but this could be an upset game with the Bears. You know, they're in because Derrick Henry, for the most part, he does well against good rushing defenses, anyways. You know, I think when Lawan went down, that kind of hurt it, but whatever it is, I get boxing is consistent for me because I know that the fighters all too well, but I know football great too. But you see how it's just like when Dak Prescott got hurt, they changed the whole dynamic of the Cowboys. Like I don't like that aspect of it. I just don't. It's bothersome, and football and boxing are like one of my two loves or whatever when it comes to sports. But Tennessee, they can stop the run, so Allen Robinson is gonna have to get off for Chicago. This is going to be a game where somebody like A.J. Brown or Corey Davis is going to have to make a big play at some point because you're going to have to get people. You're going to have to make the Chicago defense be balanced and play it safe. You know what I'm saying? But as far as big playability, I get Tennessee the edge in big plays because they got more people who can make explosive plays. So that's why I give them a challenge. See, T.Y. Hilton is out, so that changes the Indianapolis game, which is next for me. Baltimore at Indianapolis. For me, you would take the Ravens. Indianapolis got a great defense, but I like Lamar Jackson. The question is, would you consider the Colts an elite team? Because Lamar Jackson can beat good teams, but he can't beat the elite teams. That's his issue right now, right? You know, you could kind of take that back. Last year, he did beat the 49ers, when they were on an elite level. Um, I don't trust Phillip Rivers, but that Baltimore defense versus that Colts defense. True be told, I would give the edge to the Colts. The Ravens just got more names. They got more names. Slim, what's happening? Cheers to you. Get your vodka ready. Hilarious. That's an issue. Matter of fact, let me ask y'all. Let me look at this. I should have looked it up. If Michael Thomas isn't playing, I'm gonna get to that. Let me know if Michael Thomas is playing or not. That's the interesting thing about that game. Um, but right now, that could be what's up, Smoke. You know, that could be an interesting matchup. So for me, I want to take the Ravens, but I can't. But I can't see the Colts in an upset. I can. I don't like the Colts, but I can't see them in an upset. Carolina versus Kansas City. This man. Oh well, let me get back to something. Lamar Jackson's gonna get off. J.K. Dobbins has been running that thing in the absence of Mark Ingram. Big trust. Uh, I know Hollywood Brown made a statement. You know, I got you. I got you. I'm working on Saturday, so I can't do it. Um, but the Colts, Jonathan Taylor would have to get off for the Colts, and I don't see him, that run game doing anything against the Ravens. So that kind of stifles them, But Phillip Rivers can always pull a rabbit out of a hat. It's just he can be a turnover machine, and I can see the Ravens create more turnovers than the Colts, even though the Colts defense is a monster. So I had to put that out there. Carolina, Kansas City, Pat Mahomes gonna get off. I think Mike Davis gonna get off. We're still trying to figure out what's going on with Hilaire and Le'Veon. They ain't gonna be able to keep up with Tyreek and those receivers. So I expect it to be a blowout. At least 20. That's how I look at it. At least 20. You know, because though Carolina has a great, their receiving corps is getting better. You got to give credit to Teddy Bridgewater. He's doing good. Curtis Samuel, they filling him in the mix, so their offense is getting actually more explosive. So by the time that CMC actually comes back to what I think is next week, it's gonna be on the popping. What's up, Mr. Griffin? Oh man, what part of Mexico? I hope you're doing great out there. So I got to take Kansas City, but there will be some big plays on both sides of the ball. Both sides of the ball. The only way I see Carolina actually making this game close is if they could just run it down their throat to keep it close. Meridia, oh shoot, I said Meridia, I'm bugging, boy. Hey, live it up, live it up, live it up. I hope you, yeah. And the weather's got to be great right now too, because in Texas it's nice. So hell yeah, do your thing out there. Then we got, so I think Pat gonna get off. I think the defense is kind of a wash, you know, just in my opinion. But I think it's just they just can't keep up. But you know what? Ironically, this might be a game where Teddy Bridgewater lets it loose as far as a fantasy wise, because he gonna have to throw to keep up. Because I'm betting in the game plan for some odd reason. I'm thinking they know they're gonna have to put points on the board. So this might actually be a game where Teddy lets loose as far as throwing the ball. But Detroit, Minnesota, this game sucks. Okay, I'm Dalvin Cook killed the Packers last week. He gonna kill the Lions this week. I'm gonna just be honest with that. Adam Thielen, he good, he cool, but I guess people are looking at Justin Jefferson as the next big thing out there. But both teams are so erratic and inconsistent. Big play Galladay is coming along. Marvin Jones is actually coming on, I guess, as seeing more better looks as far as defensively with Galladay on the field. So I could see, Galladay pushing 90 to 100 yards and Jones pushing somewhere between 70 and 80. I could see that. Swift he's gonna have to have a good game. I could see them pounding a little bit with him and AP. No. My viewpoint, because this spread this year is horrible. It's horrible because I said this before, drivers. The offenses, because no preseason, were ahead of the defense. You see the defenses, catching up to the offenses. Now you got to wait for the offenses to adjust to the defenses. So the whole point spread thing is kind of in some ways a moot point because the defenses never caught up. The defenses are just catching up. So now we got to figure out the adjustment period for that back and forth, because nobody expected this to be as wild scoring. You seeing it starting to taper down some. But I would suspect Minnesota wins this game in a divisional game. They're at home. They got the track advantage or whatever, but both teams playing domes. But the question is, who has players that make bigger plays? Minnesota does. They both suck. But Matthew Stafford and Matthew Stafford is going to have to carry his team, so I expect good points out of him. Kirk Cousins, not so much. I think they're going to. Galladay is out. Oh, yeah. Okay. That motherfucker was just healthy. God damn. Appreciate that, Mac. He was just healthy. God damn. Okay. So, yeah, they're definitely getting their ass kicked. How about that? I appreciate that, Mac. They definitely getting their ass kicked. Because they all they're going to do is double Jones and force them to run the ball. 8 in the box. And make Swift or Peterson beat him. And AP, he gonna try to show out in his hometown. I remember him getting hurt, but that motherfucker still was playing. Oh man, this is crazy. Well, I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you. That's the one thing about football that kills me. I be watching Red Zone so much. I don't watch the whole. I can't watch every whole game. So thank you. When it comes to, you know what, so I'm taking the Vikings for sure. You know, but it's gonna be interesting. Uh, what I'm talking about interesting is this next game between the Giants and the Redskins. I would have took the Redskins. I really would have. I really, really would have. Except for the fact that they seem like the Giants are becoming a more competitive team, even though they're losing. You know, Redskins have the better defense. Redskins have the better team in this scenario. But I think they should have never benched. Oh yeah, Mike Thomas playing today. It's on the popping. You know, this is gonna be great. But I think Terry McLaurin's gonna get off. Evan Ingram, I don't know what the hell happened to him this year. Daniel Jones is stuck. You see, they run a situation, you know, in Washington, in New York is messed up. They really don't have a good running situation in in, at either team. So guess what? I don't. This is going to be one of the times where if the Redskins lose this game, they might wind up putting Dwayne Haskins back in next week, and I predict the Redskins is going to lose this game. It's going, you know, that's just what it is, because they're kind of stagnant, you know, without taking shots. Yeah, the whole NFC that is garbage right now, you know. But I take them over the Redskins because I keep calling the Redskins. I'm sorry, the Washington football team. I've been watching them since I was a kid, and that's what it is, you know. So apologies, you know, the people who, you know, of the name change, but I just don't see them winning. You know, you know, and the Giants can pull out something in this scenario. I just think they're flat. I think that the Washington football team is flatter than the Giants at this particular juncture, which gives the Giants an edge. And the Giants have less talent. Let's just put it like that. They have far less talent right now. So I'll take them in an upset. Houston at Jacksonville. This is going to be a very interesting game because I think at the end of the day, JJ Watt saying he don't want to be there next year probably deflated the Texans. You know, so Deshaun Watson, they go push the ball down the field. Jacksonville don't have a defense anymore. They traded everybody. That's why they suck now, anyways. Um, and they changed quarterbacks again, if I'm not mistaken. So that does a whole big problem. Yeah, I mean they've always been a side nickname. Personally, you know, you could have called them, you know, but you know what? I ain't gonna say what you could have called them because you know they're gonna change the name next year probably. But you can keep the colors. That you can keep the colors and just change the logo. But anyway, uh, what's gonna wind up happening to me? Jacksonville is primed to beat the Texans, but they're just not a better team, so I have to take the Texans. You know, but right now the Texans gonna be a bad organization probably for the next 2-3 years. You know, because they don't have any first round picks, and I don't know where they drafted sucks. So they'll win this game. You know, one of the receivers gonna have to get off as a Pick'em, Fuller, Cooks, whatever you say. Nobody's gonna think David Johnson's gonna do anything. James Robinson, like I said, because the defense is probably deflated because JJ Watt wants out. I expect JJ Watt to probably get to put some pressure, get some sacks or whatever. But you know, Sharp and Sanault, they're gonna have to do something. You know, they're gonna have to do something because Sonata's been a dog for the Jaguars, and Shark has been productive, but his front end is not good. But he scores touchdowns periodically. But I hope this is like a reverse season where on the back end he starts putting up more yards. But that's the only way they're gonna win. But I take the Texans over the Jags. Vegas, the Raiders versus the Chargers. I gotta take the Raiders. I gotta take the Raiders. Absolutely the Raiders. Um, Derek Carr, is underrated. I think Justin Hubert gonna be a beast in the next couple of years. You know, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, they doing their thing. They just can't get over the hump of winning. They're a competitive team, very competitive team with a bright future. But this just ain't their year. It's just not their year. You know, they running back situations up and down. You know, the rookie quarterback does his thing, but he's not. They're not going to get past the Raiders to me. Like they need big plays outside that. Yeah, yeah, I get you on that, Slim. You know that becomes a problem in New York. He might wind up being back there the way it's looking. To be perfectly honest, though, but I'm taking the Raiders over the Chargers. Yeah, Keenan Allen is a monster, man. He's a monster. But Mike Williams is underrated too. He a go get it type of receiver. But they ain't gonna keep up with the Raiders right now. The Raiders are doing they score consistently. They're better than they you said KC was popping. You think the Raiders are more consistent than the Chargers. The Chargers are the team that can compete to me. They're not the team that can win the game. But I feel what you're saying, but I just don't see it. So I personally, I take the Raiders. Josh Jacobs should have a big game on him. Um, you know, Derek Carr spreads it around, so that's a great thing. You know, you got the Chargers 27-17. I'll flip flop that and say I got the Raiders 27-17. You know, that's how I do that. You know, I just don't see it with them. We're gonna find out who right at the end of the day, right? Pittsburgh and Dallas. Oh my God, this is gonna be a complete ass whipping. Does anybody? Okay, you know, let's just be honest. Do I have to say anything about this matchup? Is there any way in hell anybody thinks that Dallas is gonna beat Pittsburgh? Anybody? Anybody? Because I don't even think Andy Dalton playing. Because if I'm not mistaken, he out, and I would I would make them more competitive because Andy Dalton is used to the Steelers, but I don't believe he's playing again. So guess what? It's gonna be an ass kicking that you. Whew, to me, it's just a total wash. Total wash. You gonna get Aspen? I wouldn't even give him 10. Be perfectly honest, I wouldn't even give him 10. I wouldn't give him 10. I believe this is a game where James Conner is gonna bruise the hell out of them. They just gonna because you know how that NFC North is a wheel breaking division. I think they just gonna break their wheel and just run on them and demoralize them and just pound their asses out. And look at this as a game where we just gonna get Big Ben through. You know, and kill that quarterback. That quarterback he finna have a problem. So fantasy, I would start Pittsburgh's defense, honestly. Just like that would be my number one choice of the week, to be perfectly honest, as far as defensively. Pittsburgh's defense against Dallas. This is gonna be a problem. You know, I think James Conner just gonna kill him. Sorry. Even though I hate the Cowboys and I hate to see that go down like this, I'm not even gonna watch this ass whipping because you know it's not even gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty. Yeah, they need to lock Pittsburgh up for the Me Too movement because they finna rape these boys. Uh, don't think Zeke gonna do a damn thing because they gonna make sure that they never get rolling. You know, you benching them. I feel you. And all their receivers, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. It ain't gonna be close. Miami, Arizona, which actually don't expect Miami to have the upset they did last week because Miami last week had scoop and score, return, this, that, and the third. But don't expect Tua to look that bad either. Don't expect Tua to look that bad. Uh, but I'm gonna tell you something. Arizona gonna beat the brakes off of the Dolphins. And Miami's got one of the best scoring defenses in the league. When I tell you they got no answer for Hopkins, they got no answer for Murray, and I would bet Tua gonna try to go at Pat Peterson, and Buda Baker gonna take advantage of that. So I expect turnovers. Uh, man, look, Wayman, that game with the Steelers over before it starts. You know, no, man, no, Frank, I think they're gonna lose to the Giants. I already said it. I'm sorry, fam. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, Tua ain't adjusted to the NFL speed. Tua looked like trash last week. He looked like straight hot garbage. But he ain't gonna look like that bad of hot garbage this week. But they ain't gonna beat Arizona. All that other stuff that was a great lucky little thing last week. That ain't finna happen this week. You finna see Kyler Murray look like a damn MVP candidate that this week today. It ain't gonna be cute. It ain't gonna be pretty. So I think Kyler gonna get off. I think Hop gonna get off. They gonna keep Larry Fitzgerald's streak of catches, there. And but the reason why I say Tua is gonna do better than he did last week is because Arizona don't have a pass rusher with Chandler Jones gone, so they're gonna give Tua a little bit more time than he had last week with the Rams. But the problem is I don't think either team will be good at running the ball with their running backs. That's the issue. Like I could see 4 to 4.5 yards a carry, but their issue is like short yardage, goal line stuff. That's you know, and the question is, you might wind up seeing Tua running all around the field. That might be what's interesting about this game. You might see if he's mobile like he was in college, if he can be mobile again. So that's going to be an interesting thing. But I'm taking Arizona by 10 at least. By 10 at least. You know. Now the big game that y'all see right there, the Saints and Tampa. So Tampa looked loaded. And with Tom Brady leading Tampa, they loaded. But Michael Thomas back. Like, that's why I had to ask earlier. Is Michael Thomas back? You about to see one a 50-50 shootout right now. Because people forget something even about the Saints. Their defense is like both New Orleans and Tampa Bay's defense, their defenses are nice. They're nice. So this ain't gonna be a long ball bomb game. This is gonna be a dink and dunk, pick 'em game. Personally, this game is not gonna be against Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Mike Evans, blah blah blah. Whoever gets off between Alvin Kamara and Murray and Fournette and Jones, that's who's gonna win the damn game. And I will put my money to say the way they keep putting Fournette more and more in the lineup. If Fournette start getting off, it's gonna get ugly for the Saints. But Kamara gonna do something. So don't be surprised. This is fucking track meet, 35, 38. You know what I'm saying? 42, 45. But it's not gonna be a passing track meet like, down the field, down the field, down the field. No, it's gonna be one of them, screen, 40-yard run, you know, uh AB AB ain't an X factor yet to me. AB is not an X factor to me yet. Because until the X factor to me is still Godwin. Because when Godwin is healthy, because I don't even think he's playing this week, who's gonna be in the slot? Is it gonna be Godwin or AB? That's the to me, Godwin is more of an X factor than anybody. Because he's the only person that hasn't got a rhythm yet. He's the only one out of that group who has. You see, Grunt got a rhythm now. Mike Evans, whether he hurt or not, he got a rhythm. You see, AB and Brady, he live in his house. I know they got a rhythm. Godwin is the only odd man out. If that motherfucker start cooking with Godwin, this probably over. Personally, like I said, the Super Bowl might be Pittsburgh and Tampa, the way it's looking right now. People could talk about Kansas City and Baltimore. It look like Pittsburgh and Tampa to me. But because and they both have defenses. But if Fournette have a big game, or Kamara have a big game, it's over. It's over. You know, yeah, I expect them to have a lot of one-on-one matchups, but if they put AB in a slot, he gonna have a lot of one-on-one matchup where he's going inside, and they gonna introduce him back to the league real quick. He better have one of them Colorado routes where you slant in and break that out. He better do something other than, bruh, because you don't want to go inside right now. You know, you don't want to go inside right now. Buffalo not gonna make it, women. Buffalo not gonna make it. The Josh Allen his play is going downward, bro. It's not gonna happen. But this is gonna be the biggest game. I'm a Saints fan, and and my issue is people don't realize the significance of Michael Thomas. That makes this a pick 'em. Because I'm a Saints fan, I'm gonna go with my Saints. But just because AB back, Michael Thomas is back. That's a big problem. Big problem. Chiefs don't match up well with Pittsburgh. I'm gonna tell you that right now, KC. They don't. They don't. They offense versus defense. I see what you're saying. The Chiefs offense versus Pittsburgh's defense. That's a good matchup. But when you go Pittsburgh's offense versus the Chiefs defense, they're gonna roll right over the Chiefs defense. No need to mention the Jets. Yeah, I mean MESS mess. But this is gonna be a game where Cam can finally say, Jesus, wait a minute. Hold up. Let me rewind something. Emmanuel Sanders is back too. Problem. But Drew ain't been looking good. Without Michael Thomas, Drew been looking like half trash. So you might actually see Drew Brees actually back today. So you might see actually Brees versus Brady. And truth is, I know Tampa want to get back at the Saints from the beginning of the season. So this gonna be a dog fight. Yeah, Tampa do got Pierre and Barrett. They could come. But you gotta remember, Jordan is not no slouch. Cam Jordan ain't no slouch. He not no slouch. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit for New England to the Jets. That game is gonna be close because both teams trash right now. But Cam actually gonna pull that one out because both teams trash. But the Jets is dumpster trash, and they got rid of their middle linebacker Avery Wilson, and they sent him to Pittsburgh, which is gonna be a problem. That's a problem. But everybody, I'm gonna do my sit-ups. I'm gonna take me a 4-mile run for this damn game start now. But I'm taking the Saints. But when I said I say upsets, who can get upset this week? I can see. How can I put this? Like I said, I can see the Colts beating the Ravens. That's possible. In some ways, I can see Carolina giving Kansas City more of a problem than people thought. I said the Giants gonna beat the Redskins. That they both trash though. The only upset that people would take, because you technically say that the Saints are predicted to lose. I take the Saints over the Bucks right now because more hype, whatever. So it's about to get ugly. Today, I can't wait. Matter of fact, I got to order some food because I ain't finna cook today. I'm finna watch these games go ham. Oh, matter of fact, here's a kicker. Do not be surprised if the biggest player of the day is somebody like I said, Kamara, Fournette, Bridgewater. I don't think Cook gonna have a back-to-back week like that, but Lamar Jackson gonna have to get off. So don't be surprised if he gets off. Gurley, or Jones. And I wouldn't say DK Metcalf more so because I think Trey White's back in Buffalo. But you better watch out for Tyler Lockett this week. Like, don't be surprised he get the hell off. Yeah, I said I felt like Casey. I felt like they gonna beat him by at least 20. But but think about it. Teddy Bridgewater probably got a green light to let that thing go. Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore gonna have to go get it. They're gonna have to go get it, and they have the ability to go get it. So it's gonna get interesting. They're gonna put up some points. But that's my call. Hey, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, Joe. The coach look nice, and I hate to say that. But y'all have a great day, fellas. I gotta go work out and catch so I can be in shape for these games and take a shower and stop smelling like cereal and ass crack. So peace, everybody. We out.